Welcome back to another episode of Two Idiots Doing This Work podcast. I'm Nate, joined by my co-host Daniel, where we are on another week on a quest to prove that we are smarter than the average ESPN sports analyst and that we deserve a job at ESPN. We would obviously reject it because we are not going to cooperate with some of the things they'd force us to say or force us to hold back on actual good takes. But it's about the principle. So this week, analysts, we're going to call on Adam Rank. If you know sports world and when it comes to schedule prediction, he is notoriously known for glazing the crap out of his Chicago Bears. And he had them going 11-6 this year. Not horrible, but that is pretty bold, especially considering who he has them beating. He has them beating the Niners I think it was in San Francisco. Mm-hmm. He has them beating Green Bay and the Commanders. I get Caleb Williams winning Green Bay last year, but come on. They're not doing it back-to-back years. So, Adam, tone it down a notch. Had you just said 6-11, it's a lot more reasonable. But we'll see. Maybe Ben Johnson turns it around, but it's definitely not as bad as what he did last year, giving him like 12 to 14 wins, somewhere in that range. That was horrible. So, but had to make fun of him. But in this week's episode, we are finishing our the most hated NFL teams, and we're gonna start the NBA. Figured the start of the NBA rankings would be pretty easy. Won't take as much time to do there. We'll do our normal immaculate grid, pickle batter up, randomized championship or two. MLB, we have the Home Run Derby, an All-Star game to talk about, along with the Red Hot Rangers offense. Have the most runs scored in July. So, are they back, chat? I don't know. NHL, a couple signing extensions to avoid arbitration, along with a minor trade the Penguins got involved with Vancouver. And then NBA, going to discuss Cooper Flag's Summer League performance, a couple signings, including where Damian Lillard went to, and we're going to mention the Pay Us What You Owe Us shirts and give us our reactions to those. So we will start us off with immaculate grid here, our normal stuff. And I don't remember who picked last time. I think you did. No, because I picked the most recent one. I picked this 827. That's right. So it's you.
We'll keep it pretty recent. 803.
803. That is the day I saw the Red Sox beat the Yankees in a one-hitter. August 3rd, 20. And look at that! Rose, the Red Sox are on that list. This could be a good one for us. Giants, Red Sox, all-star for the Rose. Comes Rangers, Cardinals, 200 strikeout season.
I'm gonna already pull one for the Boston Ranger one. Brock Holt.
Ooh, I was thinking maybe Mike Napoli, but Brock Holt is going to be. Yeah, that's a good pull. I tell you, we're gonna cook with the Rangers here. Rangers all-star. Nathan Eovaldi. Oh wait, he didn't make it this year.
I'm trying to think. Do you remember Derek Holland?
Of course I do.
Did he ever play for San Fran? He traveled after the Rangers.
I remember in Kansas City. I can't be 100% certain. I think he did, but I'm not
sure. I mean, the easy one is Hunter Pence.
True. Kenny Lofton, pretty sure. No, not Kenny Lofton. I'm sorry, I take that back. I think he played for Texas. I don't know if he played for the Giants
Tim Lincecum.
Did Tim Lincecum play for the Rangers?
He 100% did. Right at the end.
We got to do that. No, we're doing that. We got. It's going to be a higher score. No, he didn't.
He won. Did he not appear?
He must not have.
I'm looking this up. We 100% signed him.
You had him. Played with the Angels in a game.
So I'm guessing he
Nope.
never made an appearance with us.
He never made an appearance.
Wow.
He does have a Rangers hat on when you Google him, though.
Interesting. I swore.
We'll count that as a Mickey
Swore he
Mouse incorrect answer, because he did sign with the Rangers. But
I guess he
Yeah,
was
it's
fired
unfortunate.
before he ever made it in.
gotta do this one. Iconic. Only 3%. I'm a little surprised that's not higher considering what Joe Kelly did, but maybe people forgot he was a Cardinal to start.
That's true.
So that could be why. Red Sox pitcher, 200. I mean, Chris Sale feels like a pretty obvious answer.
Yeah. I mean, Pedro.
We haven't shouted out Pedro, actually. We haven't done it yet.
I mean,
I'm going to
Pedro's
do it.
Probably the highest one.
He probably is, but we haven't done it before, and so I'm. It's
What?
this one. I know it's this one, but
It
I had
is.
no idea
It
there were
is.
2 Pedros. Yeah, that's definitely the highest, but I like giving shout outs to legends when we haven't done it, so I'm okay with that. So Tim Lincecum can be 200 strikeouts for that, but that'll also be the highest. What about All-Star and 200 strikeouts? Verlander.
I mean, Nolan Ryan.
We haven't done Nolan Ryan yet. Have we?
I feel like we have. I feel like we've pulled him out.
We probably did. I think we probably did with the Angels or something. Tim Babe Ruth. Probably not, but that would be sick. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of want to risk it. This one's kind of already a lost
shit.
cause because we got one wrong. I don't think he's hit it yet.
Did he make a?
He made the All-Star game.
He did.
100%. I think he's second in AL Cy Young voting.
You could
You want to
do
go yell Baldy
Grom.
for All-Star 200s? Oh, you're doing Rangers All-Star.
Oh no, no. I'm naming just pitchers that I can think of that I know have made the All Star and 200Ks.
Now, I think keep in mind, you have to. I don't know if you have to do it in both for the same season. I think so. Yeah. Do you want to try Baldy? I feel like.
Hold on, go back to it. I think it says it does not.
Oh, it doesn't? Oh, no, it doesn't. You're
When
right.
paired with a non-team, it does not have to be it.
Interesting. So we could do Baldy. You're confident Baldy's gotten 200 strikeouts?
No.
I was gonna say, I don't know if
think
he's stayed healthy enough.
I don't think he's also not a huge strikeout guy.
No, I didn't think so.
He's the guy that misses the bat or the barrel. I mean, DeGrom, Scherzer has to have.
Scherzer 100% has.
We could do Verlander.
Verlander
he
1
was
million
young.
percent has.
I feel
What
like
about
there's
Kenny
a lot.
Rogers?
I don't know about Kenny. Who is our
Tom
ace?
Glavine? I'm just trying to throw out,
No.
I'm going to do Bob Gibson. We could do that with Cardinals
Cliff Lee?
All-Star.
Did Cliff Lee ever get 200?
Hard to say.
I don't think so. I don't
think so. I don't remember him being he wasn't like a low strikeout guy, but I felt like it was kind of like, 5 or
was
6
like-
a game.
normal average MLB player, which average MLB means you're pretty good. I mean, has Wheeler made an All-Star game?
Yeah, he did this year.
I mean, yeah, he did this year. He just didn't
He's
play.
made it multiple times with Philly.
I mean, he easily has 200.
I agree. I'm shouting out my Pookie Bear Zach Wheeler. Yeah. I figured that was a good play. People are like, you'd think people would mention him more, but with how many legends there are, I think it's a good play. So let's go. Giants 200. Okay, let's avoid that one. Let's go Cardinals All Star. Yachty.
For Rangers All Star, our glorious king Jonah Heim
When did he? 23.
last year, or
He made
yeah,
it
2 years ago.
Wow. 2% is kind of crazy. I felt like that should have been
It is.
0.01.
The other,
That's actually diabolical.
other guy I was going to mention was Josh Young, but I thought Heim would be.
Josh Young might have been a little bit higher. He's still going to be low. People are going to think like Beltre, Michael Young,
Kinsler,
Kinsler,
Hamilton.
pitchers too.
I mean,
Maybe Nolan, obviously. Nolan might be the highest.
I don't
Cardinals
know,
All Star.
Josh Hamilton could be pretty high because
True.
of his home run derby.
Yeah.
That's very memorable. For
His
a lot of
story probably keeps that relevant too. I know it's a
Probably.
very well known MLB story. Cardinals, Pujols is going to be the highest. That or Gibson.
people. Yachty, Wainwright.
Chris Carpenter.
Ooh,
I'm going to do Chris Carpenter. I
Maybe.
feel like this is going to be like 10%.
did Freeze?
I don't think so. But, oh, you got to be joking. There's
There's
who? Chris Carpenter's? I, again, know it's the 97 to 2012, but yeah,
that's crazy.
2%.
I didn't realize there's. Ooh,
One name who was I just debating? Well, there's a couple, like, I couldn't remember if Matt Adams did it.
ooh,
Um,
I don't think so.
you say who? He was their
I said-
World Series first baseman
No,
in
I said
2013.
ooh.
Um,
I was like, I don't remember if he did.
I don't think he did.
I don't either.
But he was also playing in the era where if a team was really good, every player was getting nominated to the All-Star game. Not that that's not happening now, but it's not as bad as it was in the early 2010s. Cardinals, Giants, Rangers. We're thinking.
We
I
did Giants,
think-
Rangers.
Oh yeah, we did.
Paul DeYoung played.
He
for
played for the
both of them.
Giants.
Yep. Briefly,
I'm
but
just
he
gonna-
did.
I'll do that. Really quickly, I'm going to look at Derek Holland, by the way. I think you're right. I think we should have done Derek Holland. He did in 2018.
Yeah, I did. I thought so.
Crap. And 2019. That's on me.
I thought I remembered it.
We should have done that. That's okay, though.
That's all.
We'll do Paul DeYoung. Ball knower, Daniel. Yes, sir.
Didn't realize he's with Washington.
I'm going to do something risky here. I don't think he's done it. We've already got one wrong. We're going to go Matt Cain. Tim Lincecum's going to be the hot Randy
Johnny
Johnson.
Cueto.
Ooh, Johnny Cueto. That might be a better choice than Matt Cain. Once my computer decides to load. Wait! Are you kidding me? It said I guessed again. I didn't type anything. I'm furious.
Ooh.
Well, Rarity scores 244, but it would have been better. Yeah, Tim Lincecum was the highest. Will Clark's the highest. That's interesting.
What? Who?
Yeah, seriously. Oh, you're right. Josh Hamilton is the highest All-Star. That's
He's
a little
number.
crazy.
Okay, we were over here overthinking all-star pitchers with 200K seasons. Randy Johnson was the highest guess at 9%. That's great. So
Yeah,
even
but
if-
we were trying to get a hard one
That's fair.
because like when it comes to those, there's gonna be a lot of guesses. So like the harder you think on that one, the like really good, better you'll get a really good score on that.
Edgar
You know that's where you
Renteria-
want it. Those are the ones where you could get like under 1%.
Yeah. Edgar Renteria, the fact that people remember that name is crazy.
Yeah, that one is kind of wild, but he was a good friggin' player.
Oh, yeah.
Really quickly, what are we locking Johnny Cueto?
That's
and
who
if we,
I would put. Yeah.
all right, we'll lock in Johnny Cueto. If it counts, it counts. Chat. Just know I did not type anything Is this the actual list? So this is. So this was, hang on, 200 Ks in a season. Does not look like it.
Ooh, interesting. I felt like it was grind.
No, okay. So I guess we would have been wrong either way. So Carlos Rodon. Oh my gosh. Jeff Samardzija. I should have known Samardzija.
Oh, Samardzija. Jason
Jason Schmidt. I do remember that name. We would have been wrong either way. Okay. All right. Well, ball don't lie. Ball don't lie. It's an okay score. We could do better, but that's not bad. So, we will move over to MLB Pickle. Yeah, come on, guys. I mean, seriously. Gotta shout out the Home Run Derby winner. And then... No, I can't do Kyle Schwarber. NL West. Let's anybody. You know what? Why not? Okay, I'm not good at guessing today, apparently, so I'm gonna leave it to you.
So it's A.
He bats and throws right. He's not American or Venezuelan.
How old
I didn't
is
realize.
Julio Rodriguez? Nope, AL West. Never mind. AL Central.
It's AL Central or AL
How about
East.
Luis Robert? How old is he?
I think he's the same age. Oh no,
Okay.
he's under. We can do that.
All right,
AL
well,
Central.
AL.
We are blessed that it's not the White Sox.
Yeah. That's probably Dominican or Puerto Rican.
Might be a relief pitcher then. Shoot. Oh wait. Oh, no, he would have been too old.
How old is Clase?
Probably 30 something. Oh no. I could give that a shot.
Mm.
No, that was a good guess. It was relief pitcher. And it is someone that's Dominican Republic between Twins. Oh, don't be Twins. It's going to be Twins.
Is it Duran?
Oh,
Johan?
actually. Duran. It's definitely Duran. Look at that. You can't tell me that's not Duran. Yeah. Nice job. All right. Glad you were locked in because I would have been cooked. Nah, I would have gotten that at some point. Well, we know the obligation. It's not Cal, but okay. He's an American catcher, not in the AL West.
I think you have to swap it. I can't see it.
Oh, did it not swap?
There we go.
Oh, there we go. My bad. So he's American and a catcher, like I mentioned. I wanted to guess the Athletics catcher, but it's not AL West, obviously. So I think it's an NL Central or NL.
Is it Hunter Goodman?
My next guess is going to be.
Hmm.
It's. My next guess is Carson Kelly. Unless if he's lefty. I don't think he
No,
is.
he's a righty.
It is NL Central. And
Is
that's
it
close to
Contreras?
that age. I'm wondering if it's Contreras. Wilson, right?
William.
No. William. Thank you. No.
No.
Oh, we're
He's not
stupid.
American.
He's not American. Okay, well, it doesn't necessarily mean it's not Cubs or Brewers, though. That's the one trick with this. Could be the backup, or could be somebody that
Well, but still
is
go
catcher, but don't.
Who's
Oh, that's true. Yeah, never mind. Yeah, you're right. It would be
who's
green.
the Pirates? Is it Henry Davis?
I think so.
Okay,
Oh.
thank the Lord it's not.
Oh, is this Tyler Stevenson? I thought he was lefty, but I don't know.
Who's their backup?
Oh, no. I was worried they were going to pull this on us. I could not tell you their backup catcher.
I can see him. I can't think of his name. Trevino. He was a Ranger. Trevino.
Jose Trevino. Nice.
He changed
You were
his
locked
swing.
in.
It's not what it used to look like.
Okay. Okay. All right, chat. So we're moving over to our, guess the random team bit, or sorry, randomized championship bit. So, I gotta find our notes here. And so we've done a couple NHL, we've done 2 NBA, done about 3 NFL, and a buttload of MLB. I've not done a WNBA yet. We'll start with one, and then if we have time, or if it's really easy, we'll double down. But I'm sure the wrong screen. I should do the wheel first. All right, so what sport are we going to land on here? It's going to be WNBA. No, it's not. It's going to be MLB again. All right. Let's go over here. 1904 to 2024. And as a reminder, per usual, we do the year the championship took place, not when the season started. So that's easy for MLB because it's all in the same year, but every other sport starts in one year and ends in the next. So if we're doing like 2025 Super Bowl, it'll be Eagles Chiefs as an example, the one that happened most recently. So we land on, all right, 2023, we're going to do a second one. That one's wickedly easy for us. We're not, gee, Daniel, which one is this? Want to tell me which one this is?
Our one and only World Series, the Rangers beating the Diamondbacks in Arizona.
All right, how about we try to spice things up? Game 1, Corey Seager hits a game timer home run. What did he make the score?
Oh. I feel like it was 4-3. I don't know why.
Is that your guess?
Because I think it was 3-3.
It was 5. It was 5-3.
Ah.
Because he had a 2-run shot.
Yep.
And then Garcia hit the one in the 11th to make it 6-5. But that does not affect your score. I figured it just.
I couldn't remember if it was a two shot or a solo. I knew it was 3. I know that's next.
I will say that was one of the coldest comments in MLB history. Corey can tie this with one swing of the bat immediately. Yep. Immediately crushed. Immediately. Phenomenal commentating on that play for sure. So I put this under NFL again. I'm such an idiot. MLB of RIP. So we actually got back-to-back Rangers World Series there. The last one was the one we do not speak of. And now 2023. So we're gonna try this again, chat.
We're okay with speaking about the 2010 one. We were just outclassed.
Outmatched. But 2011 is not to be talked about.
Yeah, 2011 we don't talk about.
All right, we're gonna try this again. It looks like MLB again. All right.
I mean, to be fair, has the most.
It does, but it only has one more than all the other sports besides WNBA.
Well, I mean, there's more World Series championships because there's 120 years.
Yeah, true. That's true. 1982. So this will be the last one we do for this, because that one will actually test our ball knowledge somewhat. Oh crap. What the heck's going on? These are all. Oh my gosh, this is a mess. I'll have to fix that later. That's still under. Goodness sakes. Okay. So 1982 World Series. So we got to think through who's going to be good. I can tell you it's not. It's not the Cubs. It might be the Tigers. I don't think it is. I know it's not the Padres because their first World Series was 1984 against the Tigers. I do know that. This could be an Athletics one. This could be the Phillies won a World Series close to this time. I gotta go down this list. Hang on. I gotta World Series prediction bit. There we go. Let's go 1982. Daniel and Nate. Okay, so I gotta think about this. It wasn't Red Sox. The 86 World Series was Red Sox Mets. I know that. So I know it wasn't Red Sox Mets. I can knock those out. It wouldn't have been Marlins. They don't exist. It wouldn't have been Expos. I don't believe. So the only other team in the NL East could be Phillies. It could be Philadelphia. I'm not knocking them out. NL Central, not Cubs. Might be Brewers. I think they did make one around this time. That's a big might, though. Reds were good in the 70s. I don't think they were good in the 80s. I could be wrong about that. Cardinals, maybe. Pirates were good in the 70s. I know Central was really hard. I don't know if I can willingly knock out any of them, but we're going to have to. Who's last? I guess Astros, technically, around this time.
No.
I don't think... Astros were garbage. Offense, Astros fans, by the way. You remember pre-2016, you guys were one of the worst teams by win percentage all time. So,
Yeah.
your franchise was horrible. Well, I guess prior to 2005, you did make the World Series that year. If I'm going to say an NL Central team, it's Cardinals, maybe Brewers. The other three, I don't think so. NL West, it might be Dodgers. Dodgers did make a World Series close to this time. Rockies didn't exist. Padres, I know for sure, or no. Diamondbacks didn't exist. And I don't think the Giants were in this one. Giants were in the 89 one, I think. So, for me, for NL, I'm debating between Phillies, Dodgers, and Cardinals. AL, it could be Yankees. It could always be Yankees.
Oh.
I don't think the Blue Jays made it until the 90s. Could be wrong. Tampa didn't exist. It might be Baltimore. I'm gonna say no to Baltimore, but it might be Baltimore. And who's the last team in that stupid division? Red Sox? I already knocked out Red Sox. I know it's not the Red Sox. Twins. Oh, is it Royals? When did the Royals and Cardinals face? Oh my gosh.
I think that was late 80s.
You think it's later 80s? I thought it was early 80s.
I think it's later. Not later, but later than 82. Yeah.
Okay, I'll trust you.
I know what year it is. Yeah. It's not.
Okay, I'll trust you. So we're going to knock out Royals then. Don't believe the Twins did it. Tigers, maybe, because I know they make it in 84. So they would have been good around this time. And then White Sox. No to White Sox. I know for a fact the White Sox didn't make it. And then AL West, Rangers, we'll say Astros again, no. Mariners, obviously, no. If they even existed around this time. Angels, no. And Athletics. Athletics would be the only one out of that list that would be.
Honestly, but I think also they're late 80s.
I think so, too. But the Phillies were...
that's
The
when-
Athletics...
Yeah, I think the A's are late 80s, early 90s is when they start getting to the World Series.
Yeah. Okay. I like the Phillies for some reason here. I think the Phillies and Baltimore faced off in one. I feel like this could be Yankees Dodgers though. I don't I don't remember when the Eckersley home run was.
You said this was 82, right?
Yeah.
Okay. For some reason, I thought I got lost. And for some reason, thought it was like, you said 83 or 84?
I know the Cardinals win one right around this time. They win one in the early 80s. But I know the Phillies, and I think Baltimore does too. Or I think at least Baltimore makes it. I'm going to say Baltimore loses in 82. I'm going to lock that in. I feel like for some reason, I'm going to kick myself at this Dodgers-Yankees, though. But I'll say Baltimore loses to Philly. That's my guess. Oh, we totally glazed over the Braves. My bad, guys. Easy to do when you're having the season you are with the talent you got. So, kind of deserve it. But I know for a fact that they didn't make it this year. So, I don't think they were very good in the 80s. So, what is Daniel going to do? Cardinals is bugging me here.
I'm gonna do Cardinals Tigers.
Cardinals beat Tigers. Oh, you might be right.
Yeah.
That might be right.
Because I'm pretty sure I remember Cardinals fans always saying that 82 was
right.
one of them.
Cardinals over Brewers. The Brewers were in this. I said it might. I said it might be Milwaukee. I'm sick. So you got one. You got 2 out of 3. You caught up to me. You see how the Cardinals winning. I went 0 for 3. I gotta do better next time. Nice job.
Wait, were the Brewers in the AL at one point?
They were.
Interesting.
I'm mad. I said I knew they made the World Series right around this time. I knew the Brewers made one. Oh my gosh. I couldn't, unfortunately, definitively commit to them, though, because I didn't remember who they faced. All right.
Yeah,
that was
Royals,
in 7, by the way.
The Royals make it...
Was that mid-80s?
Make it in the 80s, lose early 80s, and then in 85, they won.
It was 85 that it was,
Yeah.
okay.
Because 30
That's what I was wondering, because I was like, I didn't think it was late 80s.
Because they won 30 years after the first one, which was 2015.
That's right. Yeah. That makes sense. Shout out to my friend's prediction where he said the Royals would win the World Series in 2034. He called that in 2010, so we're slowly inching our way towards that. So we're going to see if that happens, chat. But, yeah, Daniel's going to pass me in MLB with that prediction, I'm pretty sure. So that one stung a bit, but that's okay. That's all in good fun. So let me go to our list. And I think next we have to do our NFL predictions here, are likable to most least likable. So I'll run through those lists once again. So Jags we had as the most likable to win a championship, or just most likable team, followed by Houston, the Lions, Panthers, Cardinals to fill out the top 5. Chargers, Falcons, Colts, Titans, and Vikings fill out the top 10. Browns, Commanders, Bucks, Dolphins, and Bills felt the middle, and Bengals felt the top half. Broncos, Seahawks, Ravens, Rams felt the top 20. Saints, Packers, Jets, Giants, and Bears felt the top 25. And then Steelers, Raiders, 49ers felt the 26 to 28. So, all right, I'm going with 29. This might be a base take. I'm going to pick the Eagles here.
Oh.
I know it's crazy, but my logic is they have been rooted for, and not one, but 2 Super Bowls in the last 10 years. Were they the lesser of 2 evils? Yes. But the fact of the matter is that anybody outside of Philly has rooted for this team, to me, automatically puts them in a boat where they beat out the others. Because thinking about this, I mean, yeah, the Chiefs probably did in their first one, and maybe in their second, so you could argue that, but they certainly haven't been the last couple, and people already despise them, especially with the Taylor Swift stuff. The Patriots, maybe once in the early 2000s, and beyond that, everybody was against them since. And then I just know Cowboys, the community just loathes the Cowboys. So, just based on Super Bowls alone, having people root for you, in a sense, to me puts you there. But it was a really tough choice for me. So, yeah, my guess is you probably weren't going to go that route. But who you going next? Sorry.
Yeah, I feel like we gotta go with the other team that you mentioned, the Chiefs. I feel like for most of their history, they haven't been a hated team. I feel like the last couple years / last 10 years, maybe that's increased a little bit just because of just the winning and the continual dominance that they have in the AFC right now. Also, Taylor Swift hasn't helped, but I would put that against the Chiefs as much as media just flaming. But yeah, I'm gonna have the Chiefs here. I feel like this is a solid spot. I feel like the other two organizations that we have on this list are probably a little worse than the Chiefs and their fan base.
Oh my gosh. So, comes down to both of our teams. Is this a surprise? No. This is how I expected it to go. The only team that could have thrown that off were the two above in the Eagles and Chiefs. Everybody else, realistically, like Niners, Raiders, and Steelers are definitely despised. Packers went a little earlier than I thought, but nobody else realistically was going to compete with these two. Gosh. Wow. I gotta go Cowboys.
Wow.
That might be based, and Cowboys probably are the most hated. I think it's just people hate Boston more as a sports city. I know they play in Foxborough, guys, but come on, like, when you're talking about Boston teams, you're not going to go, the Foxborough Patriots. Come on. People know them as Boston, as a Boston sport team. But I think the recent success, obviously, along with, a couple controversies, numerous controversial calls, I think that's just going to push them over the edge. Now, this could go either way, because I just know, based off NFL memes, Cowboys get the most hate in NFL memes. There's just facts, but when you read comments about New England, yeah, people just really don't like them. They really don't like Tom Brady. They really just, it was a long 20 years that they put people through. And so that's why I had to put them there. But because this is the last one, I will try to give you. I'll let you give your reasoning where you would have gone here. What would you have done at 31?
Yeah, I think I would have flipped them. I think I would have put
You put New England. Okay.
New England in 31, Cowboys in 32. I know, as a Cowboy fan, I despise Cowboy fans.
I'm going to put asterisks here because
I just more hate this is our year every single year.
Yeah.
And it's like, buddy, nothing's changed.
Whedon boys, yeah.
What do you mean? I also just think Dallas fans are obnoxious for no reason. You haven't won since the 70s. And honestly, haven't been super relevant as of lately. Yeah, you make playoffs, but you don't have a team that's going to win it all. There's definitely, every single year, better teams in the NFC than there are, or than you are. And so, Also, when you have Jerry Jones as your owner, there's a lot of people that just don't like Jerry Jones. There's a lot of Cowboy fans that don't like Jerry Jones. Uh, and I also feel like the fact this is probably another crazy one. The window in Cowboy Stadium, I feel like gets a lot of hate
Yeah.
from everyone.
Yeah.
Even once again, Cowboy players. And this is just another instance of Jerry Jones not listening to people and doing the best for his team just specifically. So I feel like I don't think Robert Kraft is a lot better, but I feel like Robert Kraft at least listens a little better than Jerry, and isn't trying to own the team and be the general manager, and still glorifying the 70s.
Yeah, 100%. I'm sure Robert Kraft, being the other owner, we all know what he was doing in them hot tubs. Just not a good dude. But Jerry Jones ain't a saint himself. So, I mean, this is just really hard. I think we got it right that the Cowboys and Patriots are definitely bottom two. I say we're going to put out a poll on our story. We're going to let y'all vote and see who do you think is more hated. You're probably right, but I just don't know. Because it's just the way New England won year after year. And along with the controversies that surrounded them, they got a lot of hate. And just some of the, like, obviously Tuck Rule is going to be talked about for the rest of time, even though it happened 20 years ago. Deflategate's going to be talked about forever. I mean, it's just like, it's really hard. It's really, really hard to pick. They could go either way. So we're going to put out a poll, see what you guys say. And once we get results, I'm going to officially let the people decide where we're going to be the last two, since we would have had him flipped. So we'll see how that goes. But for now, we're going to move over to NBA, and we're going to start this off now for NBA. So 1 through 4. We'll write down the list of who is left later, maybe about halfway through. But this time, I'll let you start. So you could just start here. So right now, it should be pretty easy. Also a little hard in the sense because there's a few options. But who are you going as the most likable team in the NBA?
I feel like this is really hard because before this started, we're listing about 4 teams that could be on this list, but now I'm looking at the standings and I'm like, oh, even more can be down here. I mean, some guys that we've mentioned: Washington, Charlotte,
Utah too. We didn't even mention Utah.
I put Utah, Sacramento, Portland, as we mentioned, New Orleans. I mean, I just feel like there's so many down here.
Sacramento, being a California team, probably bumps them down a little bit.
You know, Orlando could be another one, but I feel like the Dwight Howard, Shaq, Tracy McGrady, that little era may have rubbed a couple people the wrong way, so they'll probably be bumped down a little bit just for that.
Yeah, they'll be in top 10 for sure.
Just because of the bad boys.
Detroit will be hurt quite a bit by bad boys. They're going to drop a bit.
Brooklyn could be...
Brooklyn might get hate more so because of Jay-Z.
Yeah. You know what? I'm going to just do it. I'm going to put... never mind. I'm going to put Washington.
Going Washington. Okay.
I just feel like there's so much unfortunate for that fan base that I feel like you can't look past it. Like, you had John Wall and nothing came of it. And then since then haven't been relevant, haven't had an ounce of relevance. Can't get a grip on anything. So I feel like I feel more bad for the fans of Washington, because I will root for Washington, because I'm like, I want one season for them to pull this 100%. Out, and it seems to never happen. They got Blake Griffin when he was past his prime. They tried,
I
didn't
forgot
work.
about him in Washington. That you know what? It's a fair take. A lot of
So
guys have gone to Washington I've forgotten about.
yeah, you just forget about players that go there. We were talking about one of them, Marcus Smart. I didn't realize he was still in the league
He
and
was
he went
there,
to Washington.
Russell Westbrook was a wizard.
Yeah. So they've had talent and just haven't either they've been past their prime or before their prime or in their prime and not given the talent around them. So I just feel like for fans of Washington, it's just been horrible.
100%. I think it's a fair take. There are a couple of teams I'm eyeing. Minnesota is kind of a dark horse one, but I think the matter of the fact is Anthony Edwards rubs people the wrong way, and Kevin Garnett rubbed people the wrong way. Beyond that, their organization's been such a disaster, and their jerseys are fire. Sick name too. I think having those jerseys and logo could be bumped up quite a bit, but they will not go this high. There's just too many Mickey Mouse organizations. Man, I'm stuck between two right now. I'm gonna go Charlotte. I think that's just they could rub people the wrong way when Michael Jordan was there. Maybe that'd be like really the only reason you'd hate on them. But people loved Kemba Walker, and that's it. That's all I can name out of the Washington with the Charlotte Hornets. Terry Rozier, he played there for a bit. Yeah, that's about all Frank Kaminsky, it wasn't even that good, but it's an organization. Obviously, they had one of the worst records in NBA history when they were known as the Bobcats. The worst winning percentage-wise, even though it was a lockout, 7-58. That just absolutely abysmal. Ab Morrison, I believe they drafted, did not pan out for them in any way. They've obviously lost their organization before. Obviously came back later. People love Muggsy Bogues. He was a Charlotte player, I believe. So there's just another team that's just very forgettable. They're just not a big market, so you're not going to think about them much. And but LaMelo Ball, I should have named LaMelo Ball first, but that could be another reason why people wouldn't maybe not like him because they don't like the Ball family in general. But LaMelo's a decent guy. He's a great player, so. Charlotte fans, you've gone through crap, and you've gotten screwed so bad by the lottery. These first 5 teams are all fighting for who's been screwed over the most in the lottery. That's probably what this first 4 is going to be about, to be honest. You one of you two should have won Cooper Flag, and of course, because Nico sold his soul, you got screwed. So I feel so bad for Hornets fans. So I'm putting them at number 2. So we'll see if you take the team I was going to go with 3. I don't know, though. Who are you going?
I'm going to put the team I was fighting with, and it may be the same team. I'm going to put Portland here.
Okay.
I think, once again, they're just in an unfortunate situation. They had Dame for so long. Couldn't surround him with enough talent to do anything. They made the playoffs every once in a while, but, with the talent that Dame had in his prime, and honestly kind of still had up until his Achilles tear or ACL, whichever one it was. Really, I think it's just a disappointment. You had Aldridge also there for a decent amount of time, a really good center in his prime before he went to San Antonio. So they've had talent once again, and just haven't been able to either pan them out or they just didn't surround them with other players to make that team any good. Also, Portland, Oregon, I feel like it's just a weird place to have a organization.
Yeah.
Just in general. Trailblazers is a dope name. I will say that.
It's a sick name.
They've also got dope logos. Jerseys are also usually pretty cool. So, there's a lot of things to enjoy. Dame's going back, so hopefully for Dame that's a good thing. But honestly, at this point, they also just traded their young guy, Anthony Simmons. So they're I think ownership, managerial coach doesn't know what they want this team to look like or what it's going to be. And so I just, once again, just feel bad for the fans because it's hard as a fan base to get behind a team when you can't win, or you don't get the lottery, or you get young talent and don't develop them. And so I think it's just another organization where the fan base deserves better.
They deserve a lot better, considering the fact I always forget they have a championship. They are not ringless, people. I have done a thing in the past where I was talking with Blake, where the most forgettable teams with a ring, Portland's number one on my list. I just totally forget every time that they have one. And they won one in the 70s, I believe. I think it was Bill Walton. So can't forget Bill Walton, but somehow I forget they always have a ring. So, and I'm sure whenever the Supersonics come back, it's inevitable to happen. I think anyway. I don't know. But if it does happen, they're going to lose a good amount of fans because of that. Seattle's just a more marketable team. They had even cooler logos, a cooler name. Not to disrespect Portland, but I think a lot of people just liked it better. And just Seattle's a bigger sports city than Portland. Portland really just doesn't really fit because they weren't as established as Seattle when they came around. So I guess granted, Seattle's only had the Mariners for a little bit, and they had Seattle Pilots and the Seahawks, not for super forever, but it's just a more marketable city than Portland is for sure. Although that being said, Portland fans, you guys just kind of crapping all over your city and doing keep Portland weird kind of stuff. You're not beating the allegations. So that doesn't help you, I guess. But number 4, we're going to go another city that gets a little freaky, Utah Jazz. Might get hate because y'all are Mormons. That's probably the craziest reason to be hated as a team, but it's probably facts. But another team that just gets screwed over in the lottery. It's just unbelievable. This should have been another team that should have won the Cooper Flag sweepstakes. And instead they get stuck with Ace Bailey, who is moping around, clearly doesn't want to be there. He has not smiled once since being there, at least that I've seen. I was just like, the Jazz did the right thing, but we just know he's going to leave, you know? And it's just like, Utah fans have gone through so much crap. They've seen some decent talent in our lifetime. Darren Williams is a good player, Illini legend. Don't mean to flex. Obviously, Donovan Mitchell was not able to do much though when it came to the postseason. I believe Carlos Boozer was there for a bit, but yeah, I mean they got a cool name. They got some pretty sweet jerseys. They just can't get it done, and they're in a dark era of basketball right now. And I feel for y'all for sure. But another city though, it's just Utah and basketball, just kind of weird. I think they would have done much better with baseball. They are pretty hardcore when it comes to minor league baseball. So, not saying they aren't loyal when it comes to basketball. I'm sure they are. But I think you guys are just more passionate about other sports. And I just feel like this is the one that you do have. Well, not have to, but the one you first got, I don't know. Basketball just seems like a weird fit to me, too. So I think that's another reason why people kind of feel bad. It's like, kind of end your misery and get you a sport that you actually deserve. Or at least a product that is watchable. So, yeah. So we're going to continue through NBA in the next episode. Go through 5 through 8. Got a lot of teams that can pick here. But yeah, I think those are pretty undisputed. It could be any order y'all think, but I think those are undisputed bottom 4. There maybe Brooklyn or Toronto could be thrown in there. Like I mentioned, Minnesota maybe, but recent success with Anthony Edwards probably kicked them out. Clippers, they're probably the worst team in sports based off success. Phoenix Suns could be a little controversial with Devin Booker, but they've gone through a lot of crap. So Pelicans, as we mentioned, there are a lot of teams that have seen very little success. This has definitely been a sport that's just been dominated by 5 teams and everybody else just exists. So, but yeah, we are going to move on. We're going to go to our next thing. We're going to go to MLB. we'll do our loser team of the week, Big Dumper, and I'll let you get into Rangers. The Rangers scoring the most in July. But loser team of the week. It's not a team once again. It's the CEO. We all know this. If you don't know this, you're living under a rock. Buddy gets caught at a Coldplay concert, snuggling with his HR manager. L Man and W Coldplay. I didn't know Coldplay was still performing, but hey, way to expose an affair. So, and it's brought out some pretty funny memes. Might have to post one or two on Instagram, like on their story, because some of these are really funny. One of them was Adolis Garcia. It was them holding. It was Adolis Garcia. Astros fans, when they see Adolis Garcia, that one was pretty funny. I think I sent that to you, but I could be wrong. But do you have any initial quick reactions to this meme that's going around?
Hilarious. I saw the other day the Philly fanatic doing it too. He had I think it was a fan, because he has a wife, and so it was like just a random guy fan that he was doing it with, and the camera panned to him, and he got off the screen really quickly, and then it panned to the girl fanatic, and it was hilarious. It was good. I just enjoy how these sports teams are getting into it, or you've got like the Adolis Garcia one, where it's that when the Astros see Adolis Garcia come up to the plate. So he's still the Astros' father, and still owns them, and will probably at this point always own them.
Oh man, it's W Phillies. As much as I don't like your fan base, you guys have a great media team. You have a phenomenal mascot. You guys are really funny with it. So at least that also did play a part in my decision. By the way, I think Philly knows how to be funny to an extent. Sometimes take it overboard, like the Santa incident. We won't bring it up because I know you're not supposed to talk about the Santa incident with Philly fans, but you guys do. More often than not, compared to the other teams, know how to have a good time. So, so I thought that was pretty funny. Home run derby. It was good for me. My catcher wins it. My third base makes it to the finals. The junior Caminero home run being robbed is really funny.
They still counted it though.
They did count it.
Yeah.
The one thing people were talking about is it threw off his rhythm, which I just think is nonsense because Cal had like 19 homers anyway. Yeah. That was tough to beat. Still a great run for Junior. I think that kind of event is built for him. I'm not surprised he made it to the finals. There was just other guys that Matt Olson doesn't necessarily have the discipline to do it. Buxton doesn't have durability. And Jazz is just a bum. 3 home runs. Good job, Yankees. I'll let you react to the swing off in the All-Star game. How'd you feel about it? I felt great because, once again, my player won All-Star game MVP because of it. So, Kyle Schwarber, keep doing you, boo. But how do you feel about it?
Yeah. I'm going to go back to the Derby really quickly.
Yeah, that's fine.
The fact that Cal and Rooker had to be decided by like 100th of an inch is absolutely insane. And I also, once again, saw a meme for this where it said, how is the MLB able to calculate how Cal beat Rooker, but the NFL can't put a tracker in the ball that can track first downs? I was like,
Based.
I was like, that's hilarious. Honestly, the home run derby was fun to watch. I hate for Rooker that's how it ended for him, literally by 100th of an inch. But it was honestly really fun to watch. Probably one of the better ones to watch over the past couple of years. I feel like it was more competitive than it has been in the past, and also just getting to see some new faces was honestly kind of fun. I don't think any of them had done it before, and if so, it was like their second time doing it. So I enjoyed it. It was nice to see some other than Cal Riley, some non-known players doing it, or lesser known players doing it, like Junior and even Matt Olson. I feel like isn't a well-known player. Byron Buxton. I feel like those guys aren't as well-known as some of the other guys in the league. So it was fun to watch them. As for the swing off in the All-Star game, honestly didn't have a lot of hope going into it. Just the way that the MLB kind of introduced it didn't sound like it would work out very well. But honestly, it was a lot of fun to watch. I wish this is just a Boone situation. I wish Boone would have chosen better players for his. I feel like, no disrespect to the guys that he chose. Rooker, great choice, home run hitter.
Mm-hmm.
But Aranda, like,
Yeah, what the heck?
not known for hitting home runs. He's more of a line drive contact kind of guy. If he gets a hold of one, it'll go over. But that's not what he's known for. And then who was the second one that went?
I don't remember. I didn't end up watching it.
Anyways, and then the NL, I feel like, was pretty wisely chosen. Schwarber, obviously. Pete Alonso, obviously. For AL, you should have chose Aaron Judge. Cal Raleigh, who literally just won the home run derby. And then maybe Vladdy. Maybe could have kept Rooker. I just feel like there were better power options that you had for the AL, and you didn't do it. And I feel like that's what ultimately lost you the swing off. Overall, it was exciting. It was exhilarating. Watching Schwarber hit 3 home runs back to back to back was electrifying. So, overall, I felt like it was a solid way to end the All-Star game, and also it brought out a sense of competition. It was cool to see the players that weren't participating in it act like kids.
100%.
They were literally every single moment cheering on and recording. They literally looked like big kids at an All-Star game and experiencing it exactly like a fan. And it was really cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I will say the thing about Aaron Judge, maybe it's for the best that they leave him out because we know how he plays under pressure in the postseason, like garbage. But yeah, not really excuse for not including Cal, other than maybe fatigue. But I feel like that's not really a problem with this man. So, whatever, AL. Whatever you want to do. But Rooker, I think Rooker deserved it because I think they definitely picked him because they felt like he had something to prove. And I talked with Rooker in my locker room. Obviously, he's a little disappointed. There's some tension between him and Cal right now. But I just told him, I was like, you know what, Brent, just lock in. Use that anger to motivate you and just continue to hit dingers. Just let Cal do his thing. It's just a tiny award. Don't let this cause locker room problems. Yeah, I mean, it was overall a great home run derby. One of the more memorable ones for me in recent memory. The only thing I'd change is the format's really goofy. You're going from timed to an automatic bonus time where it's not timed. And I just, with the not timed bonus and the swing off, why not just go back to you get 10 outs? If it lasts 3 hours, it lasts 3 hours. Because, it seemed like people are a lot more into it when you were doing the bonus time and the swing off than they were when it was timed. So that's just my 2 cents on it. I think the other thing is the MLB's got to stop changing it every year. Yeah. It's an NBA pandemic too, where they're trying to change the All-Star game every single year. You want to try to get something new, but at the same time, it's hard for people to learn when you're constantly messing with the rules. I was talking with my buddy's dad, and he had no idea what was going on because it changed for the 3rd year in a row. Mm-hmm. So I think that's my one criticism for the MLB right now. Is just with the Derby, just try to find a formula that somewhat works and just stick with it for 2 to 3 years. It doesn't have to be like that forever, but just at least get people into it, and then if you don't like it, change it rather than just change it every year. But I still think it was a lot of fun. Again, I'm biased. Half the guys in the Derby were my fantasy players, so of course I had a fun time. I was pretty much guaranteed to win it. If one of my guys didn't win, I would have been a little salty. But I'm glad it was Cal. So, and the fact that Kyle Schwarber did what he did in the swing off. Not surprised. That dude can mash a ball, and he's over the 30 homer threshold now. He's on pace to hit 50 something. He's having a phenomenal year. Red Sox and Cubs, really quickly. What are you doing? Cannot believe both of you let that man go. Just crazy to me. So, and Nationals too, but Nationals was more understandable. They were not in a position to win with him. The other two, I guess the Cubs are kind of falling apart, but the Red Sox were definitely in a position to win. Red Sox definitely the biggest ones of blood. But, so yeah, that's the All-Star reaction and Dinger Derby reaction. We can skip fantasy reactions for this week. It seemed like you were doing pretty well. Looks like you were going 11-0. But we could go more into that next week since we're going a little over time. Unless if you had something to say, like if you had something to say, you could go over it. Okay.
I lost, or not, I didn't lose. I lost the 11-0. It's now 9-3, so.
Oh, 9-3. Okay. You still had a great week.
Yeah.
I took over home runs, thankfully. I was down like 14-15, and then Friday and Saturday I hit 4 and 4. So I hit 8 in 2 days. Willie Adames started to hit 2 home runs, but I think I'm still going to lose to Blake because I lost Arian and Whip. I don't know. I think I'm losing him right now. I guess we could just cover it since I'm just talking about it. Yep, I'm losing 5-7. Just unbelievable. That's ridiculous, man. I'm down 1 total base though, so if I could get that, then I think I could still manage to tie this. Blake got 2 freaking wins today. That's just so stupid, man. That's a dumb way to lose. Mickey Mouse win, Blake. If you're listening, I'm sorry. It should have been a tie. Your team, for whatever stupid, dumb reason, always overperforms when you face me. And then the week before or after, you just crap the bed. Ridiculous. Every time in fantasy. One other time I want to remind you, Todd Gurley was hurt in the championship. I lost by 20. He was projected to get 20. I'm just saying. Whatever. I'm still in a great spot, so it is what it is. Okay, NBA. I'm going to let you talk about Cooper Flag here. It seemed like he had a good summer. He had at least a good second summer league game. What were your initial reactions?
Yeah, he only played 2 games, and struggled. I wouldn't say struggled. He didn't look great in his first one. Didn't look like his normal self, but then came out and scored 31 in his second game. And then, I mean, he faced off against, I think it was the number 2 pick in the draft, and scored 31 points with that guy guarding him, and that guy's supposed to be known as a defender. So, I feel like Cooper Flag is showing who he is. And honestly, maybe he's going to be a ball handler because he looked good as the primary ball handler for the Mavs in that, once again, it's summer league and you're not playing against the rest of the veterans.
Mm-hmm.
But he didn't look uncomfortable, which is what I think Jason Kidd wanted to see out of him. Then he got shut down immediately following that game, which honestly understandable. He showed he's ready. He doesn't need more games, and if you keep playing him and he gets hurt, these games don't mean nothing. So, it's a Mickey Mouse trophy. I don't even think you get a trophy, or if you do, it's not memorable. I don't even know who won it last year.
The Lakers would hang a banner.
So overall, I feel like it was a good summer league. Once again, it was only 2 games for him, but he proved enough where I feel like he didn't need more than that. I think him getting rested up, and his own individual performance, workouts, all of that stuff, development is more important than him playing in a sense meaningless summer league game where he's obviously dominating.
100%. The fact that he hit 30 points in game 2, he looked comfortable for the most part to me. I mean, he went for that one dunk in the first game. He looked aggressive. He didn't look like he was he didn't look passive, and I think that's a big thing. he looked hungry. He looked hungry to score. He looked aggressive on defense. Obviously, he didn't shoot great in the first game, but scoring 30 points in the second game is pretty dang good. So I think he'll look great in his rookie year. I just hope he doesn't get injured, and as long as he doesn't get hurt, he should pretty handily win Rookie of the Year. He's got a decent talent team surrounding him. In theory, we all know Kyrie's going to be out most of the year, and Anthony Davis is going to be out most of the year because Anthony Day-to-Day Davis just can't stay on the stinking court. Well, yeah, we'll see how Kyrie how he can handle that. But I think he'll have a good year. So, two quick signings. Marcus Smart signing with the Wizards. We already kind of know how you felt about that, which was you didn't know he was still in the league. So, he signed with the. He had a. Are you serious? What just happened? Oh, okay.
No, I'm still.
That was weird. I guess I've been sharing my screen this whole time, which don't need to be. But yeah, sorry, my screen kicked out. I thought I crashed again, and I'm just it's distracted. But he signed with the Lakers, 2-year deal. Mark's a good defensive player. It just seems like a weird fit to me. It just feels like the Lakers don't really know what they're doing, especially with the LeBron drama. I think LeBron's not going to get traded, obviously. I think it's, I think it's just LeBron being LeBron, but who knows? But this signing, Mark's a fine player, but I just don't know how he fits in with Luka. So, luckily for them, I guess it's only a 2-year deal, so if it doesn't work out, you can just cut him and move on. So, really the one I wanted us to both chip in, though, was the Damian Lillard deal. Again, you already kind of briefly brought it up, but he looked like he was flirting to go with Boston. Very easily could have done it. He would have been out. Him and Tatum would have both been out the same amount of time, since they both tore their Achilles roughly around the same time frame. Dame being a little bit earlier, but what are your thoughts on him going back to Portland for 3 years at $42 million?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, for Portland, I don't understand this. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I don't feel like this makes your team any better. I mean, you traded your young guy away, and if you wanted Dame to come in, be a little bit of a leader, show some of the younger guys the rope, you got rid of probably your most talented young guy to be able to do that with. And good for Dame. He's gone, in a sense, back home where he spent all of his career before the Bucks. So it's a comfortable, familiar place for him. So that's probably why he ended up choosing Portland over Boston. Yeah, I just don't. It's a weird fit. I feel like for both sides, especially maybe since he's going to be out a whole year, they're saying, hey, we're going to keep rebuilding this 1 year. We're going to go all in year 2 and 3 for Dame. But I don't know why you wouldn't want to do that now and have the team set in place, have the chemistry, and then add Dame to that so that they're already knowing the system and know each other and that chemistry is there, and you're just adding one player rather than 2, 3 guys in the future. So, I don't know. I feel like it's a weird fit for both. Maybe it'll work out in the end. Maybe it won't. But Dame got a bag, even though he will miss all of his first year, and not even sure how he'll be after his injury, because those injuries are hard to come back from.
100%. And yeah, with that injury, who knows what he looks like when he would have come back. And so maybe that's part of the reason why he didn't go with Boston. He might not be getting the minutes he would have liked. I know Boston didn't really, their guard situation outside Derek White looking a little fishy, and their big man situation too looking kind of suspect right now. But just depends what they do with Anthony Simmons. But yeah, I think that was probably part of the reason why he didn't want to go to Boston. Is just there's a lot of ifs or a lot of questions more so than answers. What his role would look like when he would go there versus Portland. But even then, there's some questionable things what it'll look like in Portland too. Scooter Henderson was supposed to be the guy to replace him. Now that you're going back, who knows what's going to look like. Although Scoot hasn't looked great up to this point. Still got time though. But yeah, it's I guess Dame is allergic to winning. You got 2 bags for the price of 1 team. So Milwaukee's paying you for the next 5 years. You're getting nearly $15 million a year out of Portland for the next 3. I mean, if that's what you prefer, good for you, man. So next, really quickly, wanted to bring a quick shout out to my boy Yuri Karumura out of the Chicago Bulls. This dude was hooping, and I'm gonna show you some of these highlights. Hopefully, NBA. This is not our video, so don't copyright strike us. I just wanted to react to some highlights. We should be okay, but yeah. So he should be. I think he's number 37 here. Look at this. Sick. That's a pretty nice pass. He has one. I don't know if they're gonna show it, because I don't know if it happened in this game. He had a no look across the body pass to I don't know who, but he crashed to the. I think this is it. Hang on. Nope. Another nice pass from your here. Come on. Yeah, he's got a good jumper. Drains a 3 here.
Didn't he play for Memphis last year?
I think so. Good rebound here. Good. That's the pass I'm talking about. That's the pass. So he fights for the rebound and then no looks it to I don't know who that is, but that was a sick pass. That's another. I'm sorry, that was the Sacramento pass. Look at this. Look at that lob. Oh, that was a good lob. He screwed this up. Maybe it's a little out. I don't know. I thought that was in a pretty good spot. But regardless, he was a lot of fun to watch in this game in particular. Yeah, easy pass. Bang, another 3. Utah's getting cooked in this game.
Yeah.
It drains another 3. I mean, he was out of his mind in this game. Let's see what I don't remember what he does here. I think he just shoots the 3. Yep. Bang.
The fact that
this is...
23 is crazy.
My goodness.
Dang.
Dude is just cooking. That was a nice little move he did. Jab inside and then out. Alright. Goodness sakes, this step back. So clean. This dude was electric. And I can't wait to watch him in Chicago this year, hopefully. Hopefully he'll get some decent minutes, because the Bulls are kind of a mess. Although it does feel like they have too many guards, so I don't know if he's really going to get more than a few minutes in crunch time. Hey, look at that. That pass is disgusting. Bounce pass. Crashing around the 36 here. The guy thought he was going to take the layup underneath and instead goes to the pad. That's just selfless team play. Nice pass to the open guy. And again, this is against, a bunch of rookies and really old vets. But, I mean, yeah, we still got like another 30 seconds. This is one game, chat. I mean, this dude is unbelievable. I want to see if we can find his stat line. Oh, come on. Does he... Oh! That was the most... Actually, I lied. That's the most disrespectful play of the night. Because it was a 2-on-1, but he had the vision to create it into a 3-on-1. The behind the back pass in transition. Unbelievable pass. Yeah, he single-handedly won his spot off that game. I'm curious if we can find a stat line really quick. I don't know if it'll have a game log for Summer League or not. It might not. No, it doesn't look like it. But Yeah, he was in Memphis last year though. Yeah, 24 years old. So I think it's gonna be a lot of fun to watch.
Young kid.
Young kid, good passer, has good vision, at least against guys around his skill level. So we'll see how he does with the Bulls. So I think it'll be a lot of fun. We will skip the WNBA. Yeah, I'll skip that for now. We got a couple NHL signings I want to talk about before we head out, and so I'll just highlight this, and we can talk about this next time. Yeah, a couple NHL signings really quickly. Nothing major here. Not a lot going on in the NHL community, but Lucas Dostal, Ducks goalie, 5-year extension. Not really surprised considering they traded John Gibson. He avoids arbitration. Gabriel Vilardi. Are you familiar with him? He's the Jets winger. He had 60 points. Signed a 6-year contract. 7.5 AAV. How do you feel about that move?
Did he re-sign? Was it a re-sign?
He re-signed it.
Or okay, yeah.
It was an extension, but
like...
he avoided arbitration because of it.
Gotcha,
so he was technically a free agent. But they avoided arbitration, so they got a long-term deal done.
Gotcha. I feel like this is a good deal for them. I feel like when I watched him, he has a lot of potential, and so I feel like this is, especially losing.
Ehlers.
Yes, Ehlers. Since they lost him, I feel like this is a good. I'm not gonna say replacement, but a guy that can kind of step in.
Kind of lock up. Yep.
I mean, 60-point year, he can be better, but I think he'll have more of a role, maybe with some more consistent scorers. And so I feel like for the Jets and for him, I feel like this is a good fit for them.
For sure. I think the AAV is a little high, but 6 years at 7.5. I mean, Brock Besser could be somewhat comparable. Maybe it's just in terms of talent. It could be totally wrong. But I feel like Besser's a solid player, and he got 7. So I think I'd rather have this at 7. Feels like a little overpaid because they lost Ehlers, but he's a good player. He's a 25-goal scorer last year, 60 points I mentioned overall. I think he's an okay defensive player. I don't know his defensive game at all, but I do know he's a good point scorer. He's solid for the second line. He will fill in a bigger role with Ehlers leaving. So I do like this contract. I give it a good B, maybe B plus. I think I would just like that AAV to be a little lower, but it's not an egregious overpay by any means. It's not a Ivan Provorov contract for sure.
I mean, this could also be an instance of where they possibly see him going, and if he continues to develop into an even better player, we could be talking about down the road 3 years that this is actually
a steal of a contract for sure.
Yeah, or it could be a bust. I mean, it could
a disaster.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it will be a great deal. I don't think this will go bad in any way because you're re-signing with a team you're familiar with.
Yeah.
So I think usually extensions like this are more often than not good than bad, especially in a guy his age. You know, it's not like he re-signed at 30. He re-signed at 25. So so you should get his prime out of the entirety of this contract. Maybe dip off year 6 or year 7, but I think if that happens, you still got 5 to 6 years of good production out of him if it works out. So in terms of Lucas Dostal signing, I kind of glazed over that. I loved him in fantasy. I had him as my goalie. He did kind of fall off. He came back down to earth, but first month and a half, he had like 3 shutouts. He had a phenomenal stats. And I think he's definitely the long-term solution there in Anaheim. I'm hoping he just gets more help in front of him defensively. I did not see what he got signed for. I gotta look at this real quick. Let's see. 6.5 AAV. I think that's a pretty fair deal. Again, he's also 25. So he's just now becoming their full-time starter. I think that's a better contract personally, but I think he still has a bit more to prove than Vilardi. So, and then really quickly, Penguins trade. I don't know if you know this guy at all. Probably not, but you might. The Canucks won the Calder Trophy, but they couldn't keep their goalie because they have Lankinen locked up and Thatcher Demko, so they had to trade their 24-year-old goaltender prospect Arthur Silvos in exchange for Chase Stillman, who was a first-round pick in 2021. He's not played in the NHL yet. He's not looking like he's going to pan out, considering this is already his third team, at least. Because, he drafted by Devils, was in Pittsburgh, and now is going to Vancouver. But he's still young, It's hard to judge. And a fourth-round pick in the 2027 draft. Blake seemed like this was a weird trade, but Pittsburgh fleeced. They took advantage of this organization that knew they had no leverage with the goalie situation with Arturs here, and I think he could turn out to be at least a serviceable backup. I don't think he's going to be like this amazing goalie by any means, but I think he'll be a solid fringe starter to medium decent starter potentially. But we'll see. So, do you have any reactions on this deal? I don't think you're familiar with any of these guys, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know anything about Silvos, but the Dostal one, for Anaheim, really like that one. They just got to.
You like that deal? Okay.
They got to put people in front of them. I felt the same way for Gibson. I feel like Gibson, for most of his career, also was a pretty solid goaltender. They just couldn't and never put anyone in front of him. So I just hope for Dostal that they put something in front of him to help him, because I feel like he could be a really solid starter in the NHL with a defense in front of him. Because every time he played the Stars, he decided to go wild and give up like one goal. And I'm like, come on, you're the Anaheim Ducks. But yeah, no, I think for the Ducks it's a good signing. Honestly, probably a pretty solid deal, AAV-wise, because I feel like he could also be one of those where it pans out even better than his signing, or what he's getting. Anaheim just has to put people in front of him, because if he can't stop the puck in front of him, then he can only save so many.
For sure. He does have a great coach, at least success-wise, in Coach Q, so I'm sure that'll help. Now his off-the-ice actions, a little questionable, and a little probably undersells it a lot. So, Q, you're not necessarily the best guy considering what he did in 2010, but no denying that he's a phenomenal coach. Second most wins in all time NHL as a head coach. So he might have been passed. I don't know. I don't think he was. But when he last coached with Florida, he was second all time. So I'm sure he'll help quite a bit in that department. Really quickly, I totally glazed over the fact that we're going to mention the Rangers really quick. I was going to let you go into that. And then we're going to mention three guys that were drafted, two of our alma mater, and then a third guy. I don't think you know this, but Abilene got a semi-professional sports baseball team within the last 2 years. I think this is their second year playing. They're called the Flying Bisons. And one of the guys from that team got drafted. Or it might have been signed. He got picked up by San Francisco, so I'll bring that up. But I'm going to let you cover the Rangers offense in July. Most in, I think, in the MLB. Do you think the Rangers are back?
Before we cover the Rangers, I just want to shout out another loser team of the week, the Dodgers. They just got swept by the Brewers. And the
Again!
Yeah. The Brewers have now won 10 in a row, which is super impressive for them, especially coming off of an All-Star break. Because it's hard, usually, for most teams to get back into the swing of things right after an All-Star break, because you get 4 days, 5 days off. And it's hard. So, thank you, Brewers, for sweeping the Dodgers. Anytime someone sweeps the Dodgers, we celebrate. For the Rangers. Yeah, the Rangers offense looks better. I think Boone's style of offense is finally showing up. Because they have been very much better with hitting with runners in scoring position. they've been moving the runners more rather than just trying to hit a 2-run shot to drive them in. They're being more consistent and moving them over and and being okay with the sac fly to get them in. And I feel like, especially in postseason ball, that will translate. In the season, you'll win some games, you'll lose some games. But if you can produce more runs than what they were producing, which was like 3 runs a game, I feel like anything more than that you can do. Because your pitching staff has been, I think, last I saw, third best in the MLB so far. And you don't even, and I was hearing some other people say, you don't even need a great offense with this team. You need literally a middle of the road. You can be number 16, number 15, number 14, 14th best offense in the league, and you're going to win a lot of ball games because of the pitching staff in front of them.
Pitching's so good.
So, I feel like seeing more runs on the board. They scored 4 yesterday, and won that one also. They took the first 2 against Detroit, which I feel like is a really good sign that I think Detroit coming into the series had the best offense in the MLB, and so they've held Detroit to 1 run so far.
Yeah.
And I feel like, once again, we knew the pitching was going to do something like that, but the fact that you can take, at least so far, they're currently playing right now, 2 of 3 against Detroit, I feel like that's a good morale boost for the team. Like, okay, we can keep up with the best of the AL. When we are on, we just have to be consistent in our at-bats, because we know our pitching's going to keep us in it. We just have to score 5 runs. We just have to score 4 runs and give them some cushion. Because when you're scoring 4 runs and your team's giving up 1 run, there's a lot more cushion there than when you're scoring when a pitcher's on the mound and you're scoring 2 runs. Like, every pitch matters at that point for the pitcher, and that just puts a lot more stress on a pitcher. Where if you're up 4-0 or 4-1, yeah, I make 1 bad pitch, that's a solo home run. I'm still up 4-1. There's not as much pressure in a normal regular season game on a pitcher, and a pitcher can be more free and easy, which normally makes a pitcher better. So, more runs, I feel like, for the offense has been cool to see. We got Rowdy Tellez.
Already hit a dinger.
Crazy. He already hit a 3-run home run last night, which I saw the signing. I was like, I don't know about this guy, but we do need power in our lineup. That's a big thing that we've been missing, especially lefty power, with Jock Peterson being out. And so I feel like adding Tellez, we're not expecting Tellez to bat 300. We're expecting Tellez to hit home runs and drive people in. That's all we need him to do.
Off to a good start.
Yeah, and so I feel like Boone's offense is probably finally starting to show and just being more productive, which in the MLB, scoring runs is hard. You're facing the best players in the world. And so, scoring 2 runs, I understand that's hard to do, but we just got to be more consistent, because you're not facing the number 1 guy every single day. Well, we are today, but not every single day.
For sure. Yeah, I think it's a good sign at least. The division's not entirely out of question. We've seen teams come back from down 7+ around this time to steal it. More likely scenario is to squeeze in a wild card spot. You're not too far behind Boston and New York right now. I don't think there's really anybody in the AL Central competing for a spot. Guardians are kind of flirting with coming back into it. But, yeah, you're really worried about Yankees, Red Sox, Tampa, and Seattle right now. So you got to find a way to jump Seattle. And at least, I think really, maybe you might just have to worry about, hang on, I got to think about this. Because 3 division winners, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, if you find a way to beat Seattle, you're probably going to be in. I think. So if you can find a way to get past Seattle, that's all you really need to focus on right now. And I think the way the offense is going, I think that's not entirely out of question. But there's consistent issues, and Eovaldi being, looks like he's hurt. I don't know if we've seen what's going on yet. but that could hurt the Rangers too, depending
Yeah,
on
they said
what's
it was
going on there.
back
But
tightness.
yeah, it's not great.
I feel like when I read it, it was only a one. They're hoping a one game thing.
It could just be something mild. So, but that could
we'll
also
see.
be really bad.
We'll see.
But backs could be a problem, but they could also be pretty late. So, really quickly, last shout out. Me and Daniel's alma mater, Abilene Christian, had two guys picked up by the Chicago Cubs, no less. Once again, Chicago's not being the allegations in falling in love with ACU players. Don't understand it, but Cubs and Bears now getting just their love affair with our university is pretty hilarious. So, Dominic Reed, he was, I believe, a starting pitcher for us. Did pretty good this year. He actually pitched against Illinois. He was the starter at Illinois, the game I watched for ACU. He did all right in that game and had a 3.2 ERA overall on the year. I don't remember him throwing particularly hard, but they're probably going to work more on his stuff and maybe a bit more on his control, and maybe things will pan out for him. But he's picked pretty high, so 90th overall. So clearly there was a lot to be liked there by the Cubs. The other guy, the Cubs signed him. I don't believe he was drafted. He was signed. Henry Cohn, who had a 7 ERA because he came out of the bullpen. He was part of our problems in the bullpen. So, but baseball, people do need to understand baseball's weird. It's because your ERA is bad. It's more, you're really looking at mechanics. And clearly there was enough there that Chicago said, if we get you a better coaching staff, we get you in our system, we could develop that. And they liked enough out of Henry to pick him up. So love to see it. And two teammates at ACU probably now going to be teammates in the single A affiliate, depending on how they feel about. Maybe Henry jumps straight to double A. I don't think he will. But I don't really know usually where the cutoff is there for second and third round picks. So. But very exciting. And then I have to find the Abilene Fine Bison really quick. MLB drafts. His name is Braden Risley. I'm sorry if I botched that. Actually, they had two guys drafted. I didn't even know about this. Damian Bravo. He's an outfielder, also drafted by the Giants. So two teams that are falling in love with the city of Abilene. But Braden had a 2.42 ERA with the Bison, 3-0 record, 33 strikeouts in 26 innings. And then Bravo was drafted in the 15th round. So they don't really mention his stats there, but yeah, pretty cool stuff. This minor league affiliate, really quickly, they started last year, had the best record in their league, lost in the championship because Abilene. And they're off to a pretty good start this year as well. I think they're they're not as good as last year, but I think they're 26-13 or something like that. They're around that range, so they're a pretty good team. So good for you two. All four of you represent Abilene. Let's go, baby. Love to see it. So, but that's gonna be it for this episode. Unless Daniel has anything else, this one went a little bit longer, but we'll get that. We'll lock in, chat. We're gonna lock in. A lot happened with baseball in particular, to be fair. So, do you have anything else before we call it?
No, I don't think so.
Alrighty. Well, we will see you all next week. We'll have a little bit to talk about the WNBA shirts for sure. More NBA stuff. But until then, we will see you all later.